Hello guys, welcome to the channel. It's Rad. And tonight's my favorite, or tonight's stream is one of my favorites. It is my favorite. What do we need to know? It's a good thing, okay? It's a good thing that we do have within the cards. First thing that I'm gonna do, that's gonna be the collective reading. Hello Taco, welcome to the stream, mate. Cooking dinner. I hope that you are gonna have something good for yourself, mate. I had schnitzel. I had a Vienna schnitzel, and it's really good. Anyway, so first thing that I'm gonna do, that's gonna be the collective reading. And you can see the cards on the thumbnail, but I'm going to show them to you in any case. Now the first one, that is a 5 of Pentacles. The second card that we do have, that is the 10 of Swords. And the third one, that's going to be the Ace of Wands. Okay, so these 3 cards is what we do have for the collective reading. And what we need to know is that primarily the concerns, it's not about that much about the issues, but rather the concerns that we are having, which are creating issues on their own accord or by themselves, are primarily because of ourselves. I don't know how to exactly put it into words, but let's say it that way. We are the source of our concerns right now, and the reason isn't because, say, we are unqualified or we are weird or anything like that. The reason, according to these cards, is because we are invested. Okay, invested in a sense that at this current moment, there is only one plausible, say, solution or a move forward, but that's not true. There are many ways how we can approach the situation, how we can make things work, and that is exactly what we need to know. Okay, that is exactly what we need to know. Because funny thing, I'm going through something like this on my own right now, and it's just seeing these cards and saying, wow, I mean, tell me about it, you know. But in any case, the concerns that we do have, whether things are going to work out or not, I don't want to say futile, but needlessly big. Because I don't know how to put it into words. Because simply, it happens that right now we are more prone to believe into the doom and gloom, and that may force us into doing something stupid, very stupid, by the way. I mean, 10 of Swords with the 5 of Pentacles, worst of the worst. That is when people quit their job because, for example, they believe they ain't good at, they ain't good for it, and they are kind of like shooting themselves in the foot. That way, or spouses are leaving relationships because they think that they cannot provide for the relationship, for example, without concerning themselves what the other side wants, for example, or how the other side sees things. And it's basically 10 of Swords. The influence is 5 of Pentacles. It is when people are shooting themselves in the foot, because at this moment they do not see other way moving forward, but there are other ways moving forward, and it takes determination. Okay, it takes as well a little bit of a change of a lifestyle, how we see things, how we interact with things. But there is a way out, not just only a way out, there is a way through. There is a way how we can make things work even better than we are expecting, and that is engraved here into the Ace of Wands, right? The right now things may look a bit desperate, but actually the situation is super gainful. Only if we don't do any stupid things, just because right now, or say stupid things, just because right now we are feeling, say, with our backs against the wall, we are finding ourselves in a lower place than we would like to. All right, guys, so that was the collective reading, really strong one. I don't remember when we had such a huge message. And a few notes about the show before I move forward. There are going to be 12 readings now, one for each star sign, and I'm going to start with Aries and just going to run the ecliptic down, meaning Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and so on and so forth, all the way up to Pisces. Now, bear in mind, those are going to be readings for the star signs, so depending on how strong one star sign is in your chart will determine how and where that reading actually is going to affect you. So these aren't going to be your personal readings, but the information you can use as a guidance, the very least as an information to open your eyes for other possibilities rather than the one that you do have your eyes set on. If you do wish, though, your personal situation to be a subject of my interpretation, you can go to my website, which link you're going to find in the description down below, my tarot interpretation, I mean. And there at the very front page, you can see a full list of my services and as well their pricing. Other than that, if you do enjoy the show and you do decide to support us, you can do so using Super Chat or PayPal. The PayPal link you're going to find in the description down below. And anyone who does so, you guys are going to have a reading at the end of the streams. That's pretty much guaranteed. If you don't have any inquiry with your Super Chat, the reading is going to be about the topic. What do you need to know personally as of this moment? Just like Yasmin did, Yasmin and Taco as well. Taco first, Taco, thank you for the $33.33, mate. Thank you, Taco. The end of the stream, you're going to have your reading, mate. And as well, Yasmin, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Yasmin. You're also going to have your reading at the end of the stream. Just let me put you into a list, guys. Right. So, starting up first, that's going to be Aries. Thank you, Yasmin. Yeah, it's sometimes it's weird. I mean, I don't have my notifications turned on because many times they just failed me. Okay, they just failed me, and so I kind of like follow, so to speak, the shows that I do like, and I'm trying to kind of like get a grasp on when they are going up and so on and so forth. But sometimes that system is not working properly, so I'm not relying too much on it. Doesn't matter if it is in YouTube or in Netflix or in any other platform. It's just, I don't know, maybe something with me, but it almost always fails me. Anyway, so Aries, now first card for Aries, that's going to be the Page of Cups. Oh my god, 10 of Cups. And then we do have the Strength card. And what do you need to know? It is that there is a person who is emotionally invested in you to a point where that drives them freaking crazy, right? It just drives them freaking crazy. And even more than that, a huge compromise is what they're willing to do. I don't know if it is for you or for community future or for something that you're running together, all right? But that person is willing to make a huge compromise to kind of like change opinion, change position, if you will. So there is no conflicts in between you and them, and as well there is a favorable future for both of you being a part of that same future. Okay, on a personal level, what do you need to know? It is that something is looming on the horizon that you are gonna freaking love it. That could be hobby that you're gonna freaking love it, a job that you're gonna freaking love it, a person that you're gonna freaking love it. There is a that thing that it is looming. that you are just gonna, I don't know how to put it into words. It's gonna blow your mind, let's put it that way. All right, so that was for Aries. Moving on, next we do have Taurus. King of Wands, the Death card, and it is the King of Cups. So what Taurus needs to know, huge expectations are coming your way, right? That could be huge expectations at work, huge expectations from a person you date, but there are going to be huge expectations coming your way, which are, at least according to these cards, unfortunately, they're going to be there to stay, and quite ossified, in fact. In a sense of that, the side that is going to place those expectations will not be willing to budge, not a single bit. And here is the thing, okay? You may tell them, well, you know, I don't have anything to lose, so I don't have to kind of like put up with those things. And what they're going to tell you is that they don't have either. I mean, they don't have anything to lose either, so they're going to keep up to those demands, so to speak. Huge criterias, and hopefully, guys, well, I don't know if you can keep up with it. I mean, usually when these cards come up and those criterias are so big that even the side that is putting those criterias up is incapable of fitting with those same criterias, all right? So that could be a fool's errand in any way you look at it. Now, on a personal level, what do you need to know? It is that you don't need anyone to fulfill your ambition, right? What it is required is just to start acting toward it, whether that ambition is to make money, to be free, to be happy, whatever the case. So what you need to know is that if you want that to start taking place, you gotta act now by yourself. All right, Gemini next. Ten of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Six of Cups. All right, I think we're good. Oh my God, my internet died for a second. Okay, or it was more than a second. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. It's just, what in the world, man? I'm paying so much for my country for an internet. It's ridiculous. I mean, that never happened before. My God, I hope that. No, it was my connection. Sorry about that. All right, so back to Gemini. All right, back to Gemini. You have the answer, like I said. It's pretty clear what direction you should take, so that is something you need to know. Right now, I mean, you do have all the evidence, so to speak. What I mean, or rather, what the card means, it is that no matter how much longer you wait, you make your research, or I don't know, trying to build up a courage or whatever the case, ain't gonna change anything, right? The job is the job, the friends are the friends, and so on and so forth. So you do have all the necessary information to make your choice, so to speak. And what you need to know, it is that whatever the choice or whatever it is pointing you into the right direction for yourself, that direction is gonna be a direction that is gonna bring you pleasure and independence. When I say independence, I mean you ain't gonna worry that whatever that choice creates for you is going to be taken away or ruined or destroyed by anyone else. It's going to be yours. It's going to be independent from a exterior influences, so to speak, whether a job, a relationship, a friendship, and so on and so forth. Now, the thing, on a personal level, what do you need to know? It is that within, the next few days, what you are going to do, especially work-wise, it will bring you a lot of content because it will allow you to do it your own way, right? That's something good for a personal level. All right, so that was Gemini. Now moving next, we do have Cancer. Hello, Jen. For once, 2 of Cups, 10 of Wands, what you need to know, guys, is that only you can do it. That's literally what the card says. There are some important aspects that it is needed to be attended to, whether on important projects, whether on important deeds, whether on important activities, whatever the case, and only you can do it. You're relying on your spouse to be there for you. It's not gonna work out. You rely on your colleagues to have your back. That's not gonna happen. Not because they don't want to, but because you are the only one who can do it, and you are the only one who must take the responsibility, or who needs to take the responsibility and dive into that game. Suffice to say, though, once those important aspects are attended to, then you finalize the whole thing. You've successfully, that is. So you're finalizing it successfully, and then you are stepping into so-called the next level. Okay? A big, how can I put it into words? A big few days are going ahead of you, Cancer. Don't screw it up, guys. Be initiative, be responsible, and man up. What I mean is stand by your words, stand by what you said and by what you had involved yourself into. All right, so that was Cancer. Oops, moving on next. That's going to be Leo. Ace of Wands, Eight of Swords. Oh my God, the Star Mayor. Are you kidding me, guys? that is a textbook, a phoenix rising from the ashes. Well, it would have been a better textbook if the star card was the first one, but the Ace of Wands would do, right? The Ace of Wands would do. So what happens here, and what you need to know, is that extremely gainful opportunity or an enterprise is just around the corner for you. And when that enterprise takes place or an opportunity takes place, it will solve all of your issues. I mean, whatever it is damaging your life, whatever it is making your life insecure, whatever it is ruining your life straight away, that it's done, gone. It's no longer in effect. Okay, it's no longer relevant, so to speak. It's over. And this gainful opportunity or an enterprise, whether a job offer, okay, or I don't know, it could be literally anything. But when it shows up, it will fit with all of your standards. That may be the perfect woman or a man for your life, that everything that you have ever wanted, for all we know. Right? And it literally solves all of your concerns and problems for your life. If you know everything else is going okay, just only your love life is DOA. And it will make you look at the world and think upon the world from a different angle. There is a bit of a spiritual and mental shade of this reading, where when that opportunity hits you, it takes place, you will simply gonna see things in a much broader scale. That's the best way how I can put it out there. Okay, in a much broader scale, and what you thought is impossible, it will be very plausible for you from there on moving forward. And not impossible because you can't do it, but because you think you would never do it. But that will be plausible for you. All right, next, Virgo. Eight of Pentacles, the Chariot, Ten of Wands, it's a good message. So the message goes like that. The time for your wish to become a reality is nigh. It's closer than you have ever thought. It will take one or two final pushes. Now, there will be a formidable pushes though, but you are nearly there, almost done with it. And done with it, I mean you almost are done with what is required, let's put it that way. And very soon you are going to have what you wish for, whether that's the love you wish for, whether that's the job you wish for, whether that's the development you wish for. You are nearly there, right? A little bit more preparation, a little bit more planning, a little bit more conscientious a tendency to the finest detail out there that needs to be adjusted and settled, and you will be ready to make it true. Okay, you are ready to drive it home right there and right then. So the way that, I don't know, I think my mother said it, is that, you know, the 90% of people aren't failures, they just give up on the very last stretch. They have a step or two to do and they just give up right there. Don't do it. You are nearly done. And mark my words, Those of you who pull it through, you do not give up, you do those final 1 or 2 things, you will be so proud of yourself, guys. I guarantee you that. So proud of yourself. You are gonna blaze like a sun, and your blaze is gonna be freaking blinding, right? Right, next, Libra. King of Cups. King of Wands. Two of Cups. Now that is opposite to Taurus, I believe, where you, Libra, are going to be proposed. I don't know if it is about relationship. I mean, we do have the Two of Cups, and I could tell you, oh my God, that's gonna be a love offer. And while that is very plausible, it could be also a business offer, right? So you are going to be proposed. You're going to be given a proposition, an offer for you, Libra. And this offer will have a lot of room to stretch. The way that these cards are constructing that offer is that you can definitely bargain for a lot in it. Right? And I don't want to say that you can have it 100% your way, but a lot of the initial requirements, so to speak, from the offer are negotiable, and they are negotiable by a large margin. And what do you need to know? The best thing that you do need to know, it is that this offer you are going to get for example, being a part of a project, starting up a relationship, starting up a job, whatever the case, is because you deserve it. I mean, the person who gives you that offer, they have no doubts in their mind, or not a shred of, what was the word? Insecurity in their heart that you are the one they want for whether the job, or for whether the place, or for whether the state of relationship. No doubt in their mind, because they had their eyes on you for quite a long time, okay? Studied you, scaled you, and so on and so forth. And it is their professional opinion, even if it is about relationship, it is their professional opinion that you are the best for the job. And the only thing that you do need to kind of like take under consideration is discretion, all right? You gotta be quite discreet before this offer actually gets sealed, because King of Cups, that person don't like a broken discretion, so to speak. Like, you know, they offer you something and suddenly half of the town knows that you have been proposed, whatever the case. That's something they just can't stand. All right, next, Scorpio. Nine of Wands. Oh, wow. The Wheel of Fortune. The Empress. That Empress. That Empress. What do we need to know from one side? I mean, the Nine of Wands in the Wheel of Fortune, it's quite easy. Elemental dignity. And pretty much says that the circumstances are going to arrange even better than we want, right? It's going to be a window of opportunity but it's going to be there, and it will arrange far better than we have expected, than we wanted. And it will be important that we do take the initiative and we just, you know, jump into the action. Now, the other elemental dignity is a bit tough to be explained here with the Nine of Wands and the Empress. It has a lot of selflessness into it. This message concerns the far future, okay? It concerns the far future, and it involves also others. It's not just about us in that message. I don't know how to explain it. That is like making plans for the far future by, I'll say it that way, by putting others first. And when you do so, that's going to align the development and the circumstances with you as well. So while you are not planning your personal satisfaction and content, it happens through the content and satisfaction of those that you had taken under consideration. For example, your children, right? Or for example, your spouse, or for example, your colleagues, and so on and so forth. But it is important to know that you can be quite well covered, let's put it that way, quite well settled and quite well content through the well-being of those that you do care about. And one last thing for those of you who are single, Scorpio, what you need to know is that your luck is about to put a huge smile on your face, because the Nine of Wands in the Wheel of Fortune, it's like the perfect match out there. Okay, it's literally the perfect match that comes just once in a lifetime, and when you miss it, you never get to have one of those again. So don't miss it. Okay, next, Sagittarius. Death, Ten of Cups, Six of Swords. It may sound a little bit of a dumb message, but what these cards are saying is that the reasons that are making your life stay in one place, literally the reasons which are ossifying your progression, makes it non-happening, are going to drop off the plate. Whether that's a person who holds you back, whether that's a situation that holds you back, whether that's a debt who holds you back, okay, debt that holds you back, whether that's if you want, whether that's a hobby that holds you back, an opinion that holds you back, everything that holds you back is going to become no relevant anymore, and it's going to go away. It's no longer going to be a factor moving forward, and suddenly that is going to make you feel extreme relief. This is more about being free to start forging your own fate and your own progression and your own development than something that it is cast in stones. When the death comes and knocks on our door, it does so to take away what no longer works, and it fills up the space, and it does not allow us to kind of plant on that particular space, so new life starts to emerge. And when the death takes it away, now we do have the freedom to fill it up with what we want to, right? And so this is what you need to know. It is that there is a moment of a very big relief and freedom it's coming your way, Sagittarius. Only thing that it is required is that this moment comes through a sense of loss. You are about to let go, or you are going to be required to let go of certain aspects, whether people, like whether hobby, opinions, whatever the case, that you are going to have a sentimental value to. And nothing more than that, all right? Just a sentimental value. So it's going to be important that you just let them go so you can breathe a fresh air, so to speak, just to have the freedom to make a difference again. All right, next, Capricorn. King of Wands, Eight of Swords, Ace of Swords. It is about a person that is either about to tell you or is telling you the truth. And it's a pretty difficult thing for them to do. It's a pretty difficult thing. That is like being under an NDA and still tell to the person you love. Okay, it's very difficult for them to do it. They have a limit, and yet they are pushing that limit, telling you what the situation is actually. That could be a love situation, work situation, whatever the case, but simply they either laid it out. That is if you are having some kind of a doubts about someone, okay, or that is about to happen in the next into the next few days. And these are a proud people, right? You gotta know that this isn't easy for them at all, and they feel no pleasure for it whatsoever. But it is important for them to do it because they know that there will be no progress, even if it is without you, if they don't do that. Okay, so that is what you need to know, that you haven't been lied, or you aren't going to be lied when you do have that serious convo with conversation, I'm sorry, with an important individual for you. On a personal level, you are your own jailer. That is the message. If you are not happy with your results right now, whether at work, whether at love, that is because you are keeping yourself up to some limitations you have bestowed upon yourself. For example, I don't know, not to call someone, or not to approach the situation first, and so on and so forth, which is a limit. And that limit basically ties your hands behind your back. So you are handicapping yourself. All right, next, Aquarius. The Sun, Queen of Pentacles, Three of Wands. It's good. Actually, it's halfway good. Because what you need to know is that in your current endeavors and undertakings, whatever the expectations, the positive expectations, I mean, they will be fulfilled. So things are going to turn out eventually the way you want and expect to turn out. And that is the halfway good. At that moment, you will realize that you just want more, or that you can accomplish more. So that's not going to be enough, and that's not going to be the end of the journey, although right now that is what is the idea. Okay, and just to give you an example of it, say you are negotiating with a client and you are expecting to strike a certain deal, which you think right now that's going to be enough for you. And that expectation fulfilled. You will strike the deal, but at that point, it's not going to be enough for you anymore. So you are going to push for more deals, or a bigger or a bigger pay, and so on and so forth. And you can definitely do so. I mean, you can and you should go for more, because that's what you are capable of. Right? These cards are saying here that you are in your niche and you do have unfound potential. You do have bigger potential than you think you have. That could be, for all I know, a sport. Right? You try a sport, you have an expectation that you are gonna like it and you're gonna have certain results, and you get to those results, those expectations covered, but you see that you can go for more. You are quite good at that sport, so you want more, and you will accomplish more. That is what you need to know. That you are in your storm, you are in your waters. You are in your niche. Don't stop. All right, and last but not least, that will be Pisces. Queen of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Five of Swords. It's a warning. That's what you need to know. These cards are a warning that getting yourself carried, or allowing yourself being carried with your tenacity, is going to ruin, I don't want to say everything, but important things you have accomplished, right? That is what you need to know. And when I say also carried, that is as well placing trust. There is a huge chance that your trust to be betrayed, and that to cost you things you won, things you have accomplished. So be very careful whom you are placing your trust into, and how you are going to recognize that particular situation is through your own doubt. What I mean, it is that you start doubting that you know how to move forward. You know how to move forward. And this doubt that you may have even for a second is going to be exploited. Don't allow that to happen, because you are going to lose things. You may lose your relationship, you may lose your job, you may lose your home. Just don't allow that to happen. Be confident in yourself for the next few days. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for the 12th. And now the super chat. But before the super chat, I was about to do something. I forgot what, though. I don't know. Wasn't important. If I'm gonna do it. Just give me a minute here. All right, first goes Taco. All right. So Taco, those are your Lenormand cards. Let me put my camera preview so I'm sure you see them, mate. Those are your Lenormand cards. We do have the bouquet, the sun, and the star. And those are your tarot cards here. The star, the three of pentacles, and the hangman. So it's about a present. I don't know if you are going to make that present to someone, although I do believe that's going to be the case, or someone is going to make you a present, but this present is not going to miss the mark, all right? Whatever the present is meant for is going to accomplish the goal even better than expected, because the present is going to leave the other side pretty much speechless. There will be nothing they can say in a negative way, like a criticism toward the present itself, and it's pretty much is gonna bring all of their defenses. And just to give you an example, I hope that's not the case, but let's say you and your wife had a huge fight and you just want to surprise her with some kind of a present. You're hoping that that's gonna mend the situation. And this present will not going to disappointment. Like I said, ain't gonna miss the mark. All of the defenses down and the target accomplished, you know, mending the situation. Or you may be pissed to someone and they may try to do it that way. But simply this present is going to be whatever the side needed in order to move forward with the deed or with the life in general. So to summarize it, pleasant surprise, whether it's you're gonna make it or you are going to be the target of this surprise, that will hit the mark like without a question. Hello, Gabriella. welcome to the stream. All right, so that was Taco. Moving on next, Yasmin. All right, Yasmin. So these are your cards, okay? And they do refer to whether some kind of a traveling or some kind of a visit, all right? That I don't think that is still in the works, okay? But when the idea shows up or it pops up like the notification pops up, it's going to be a bit, how can I put it into words? A bit weird. I don't know how to explain it. These cards are a bit weird. It's like, it's going to be important for you to a point, but just to a certain point. Afterwards, it's not gonna worth it. So the key here, in order this traveling or a visit to be successful, is not to overdo it. All right, just don't overdo it, and focus on the process rather than the result of it. That is the best that these cards can show up. Now, that also could be about a healthy retreat. I don't know how to put it into words. Like you need a breather. You need some time off in order to recharge your energies, or some kind of a healing procedures in whatever the case. And it's the same thing. Don't overdo it, you know, because for example, the snake's venom is actually benign when it is in healing and has healing properties in small quantities. When you overdo it, you know, it becomes venomous. But what do you need to know for it? That it doesn't have to happen at all costs, right? You do have a choice here. Just because, for example, there is an opening for you to travel somewhere, it doesn't mean that you have to do it. Especially if it's gonna cost you more than you're willing to pay. And I'm saying that because when it shows up, whether the visit or whether the traveling, it will look like that you will have to do it, but you don't. So it all comes to that again, that you do not overdo it. Don't overthink it, don't overpay, right? Don't overplan, and so on and so forth. Just go along with it to a point where it's worth it. And the minute you think that you're giving more than you're willing to, you stop right there. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for tonight. There is not going to be live streams next couple of times, meaning Thursday, meaning Sunday as well. I'm going to tell you when it's going to be next live stream, though. Next live stream is going to be on the 21st, okay, 21st of July. And the reason for it is that I'm going on a holiday with my brother, okay? My brother is coming to visit, and we are going to have a big family gathering on the coast, and I will not going to be able to work there for a few reasons. In unsecure network, the heat, I mean, my technology just can't stand the heat, right? It's gonna blow up. So yeah, I mean, I won't be able to work there. But we're gonna see each other on the 21st. And until then, bye.